A card is drawn randomly from a standard 52 card deck as shown below. We're asked to find the following probabilities and odds. The first two problems involve probability, where the probability of an event E is equal to the favorable number of outcomes divided by the total number of outcomes. And we're first asked to find the probability a face card is drawn. Well, the face cards are the jacks, queens, and kings. So looking at the cards, notice how there are 12 jacks, queens, and kings, and therefore there are 12 favorable outcomes. And because there are 52 cards, there are 52 total possible outcomes, which means the probability a face card is drawn is 12 divided by 52, or 12 50-seconds. But this fraction does simplify. The greatest common factor between 12 and 52 is 4. To simplify, we divide both by 4. 12 divided by 4 is 3. 52 divided by 4 is 13. The probability a face card is drawn is 3/13. Next, we're asked to find the probability a face card is not drawn. So if these 12 cards are face cards, these 40 cards over here are not face cards. So now there are 40 favorable outcomes. All of these cards would be favorable outcomes because they are not face cards. The probability a face card is not drawn is 40 divided by 52, or 40 50-seconds. Simplifying, we divide both by 4, giving us the simplified probability of 10/13. Before we talk about the odds, though, I do want to mention the event of not getting a face card is the complement of the event of getting a face card, which means we could have found this probability by taking 1 and subtracting the probability of getting a face card, which is 3/13. 1 minus 3/13 is equal to 13/13 minus 3/13, which also gives us 10/13. The reason we can do this is because if we select one card from the deck, there's a 100% probability it will be a face card or not a face card. And now let's talk about odds. The odds in favor of an event is equal to the ratio of the number of favorable outcomes to the number of unfavorable outcomes, and the odds against an event is equal to the ratio of the number of unfavorable outcomes to the number of favorable outcomes. And ratios can be written in any of these three ways here, but we're told to write our ratios in the form of a fraction. So we're asked to find the odds in favor of drawing a face card, which is going to be the ratio of the number of favorable outcomes to the number of unfavorable outcomes. We already know there are 12 face cards, and therefore there are 12 favorable outcomes. And because there are 40 cards that are not face cards, there are 40 unfavorable outcomes, and therefore the odds in favor of drawing a face card are 12/40. Again, simplifying, the greatest common factor between 12 and 40 is 4. Simplifying, we get the ratio of 3/10. The odds in favor of drawing a face card are 3/10. The last question is find the odds against drawing a face card, which is the ratio of the number of unfavorable outcomes to the ratio of favorable outcomes. And we should be able to recognize that if the odds in favor of drawing a face card are 3/10, then the odds against drawing a face card would have to be 10/3. If we didn't recognize this, the original ratio of the number of unfavorable outcomes to the number of favorable outcomes would be 40/12. And then after simplifying, we would get the ratio of 10/3. I hope you found this helpful.